What's going on, guys? Ghost here, coming back at you with another awesome video. Today I'm going to be talking about what defines a good anime. Now this question has been answered, I'm pretty sure, by a lot of people, and if it hasn't been answered by anyone, then I will do my best to answer it in my own way. Now this is a pre-recorded video. I have a whole bunch of videos that I think I have pre-recorded here, so I'll have these videos released either next week or this week or the next weeks or whenever weeks I think of releasing them, right? So that's what I'll do. So anyway, let's go ahead and right into this video. So, what defines a good anime? Now, the reason I have the image that I have in front of you is kind of as a talking point. To me, here's what I think as what defines a good anime. A great story, great character development, two incredibly good characters, male and female protagonists, side characters, or even a good villain that helps the good guy, increases the story, or even just a very well written love story, or a very well written action scene, or a very well written sci-fi animated or beautifully written music that is involved in the story, or anything of those sorts. To me, what defines a good anime is what attracts you to it, what brings you to this show. Now, I've always been a very big fighter of very well-written stories, and there have been a lot of well-written stories in anime history, and there have been some that have not gotten their day, you know. But there have been moments in time where they have gotten their day and they've been given their respects. Now, to me, I've always had a very big issue with a lot of what is being produced sometimes. The biggest problem that I've seen with anime, and how a lot of others that are much bigger than I have seen anime in the wrong direction. Now, there are a lot of animes out there that are very kinky, very bust. There's just a lot that you shouldn't have to see. And there's a lot of animes out there that do that, and they're just over the top with it. And I don't agree with that. And I've always been a very big advocate against those things. Because an anime doesn't need any of that. It doesn't need the nonsense, the comedic moments where the man just falls over a woman and grabs her in her areas that he shouldn't be grabbing any woman, you know. And I understand it's the comedy of it, but it's not really appropriate to an anime, because I feel like, to me, an anime is something that, it's like Weathering with You. It's the most recent movie that I've seen not so long ago. It told the most beautiful story of two people that were connected in a way that it just told the most beautiful story, and it also incorporated the characters of Your Name. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, and I'm sorry, but it's a good anime. I recommend you do watch it, and it's got one of the most incredibly animated scenes ever. Like, the entire movie was animated perfectly. The music selection was perfect. The characters in the anime and how it all came to be was perfect. I know, to me, what I love and what I like. There are some that do like a different preference of anime. Now, that's fine. I don't have a problem with you loving other things. That's the point of being a fan of anime, is to love and enjoy other things. But I've always been a very big advocate against just the nonsense, the too much is too much, and then the over sexualizing of the anime characters in shows. I don't like that. I never agreed on a lot of those things. Now, I have seen a lot of shows like this. And I've seen the ones that I say have good story, but they throw in a lot of that needs to be put in. Now, I can understand to a point, but there is too much of that is what's causing a lot of friction with anime. Now, there's not a lot of it out there, but there is a lot of negativity towards where when someone is introduced to something, they see that immediately. You know, and I think as a fan, I would rather watch or have them watch something that is beautifully told, has a great story, has great character development, all those things that I mentioned before, to someone, and that's how I would introduce them to anime. Because I don't want them seeing something that's just absurd and just uncomfortable to watch. Now, it's not to say that when I was younger I didn't watch those things. Yeah, because I was young and I was naive and I was just a child. I was like I was 16, 17, just being a little prick, you know. And in time, I grew older and understood, and I knew what my taste was for anime. And my taste for the last, I would say, 9 or 10 years now has been, I'm a big fan of love stories. I'm a big fan of, excuse me, romantic comedies, stuff like that, or even action scenes or very thriller moments. A lot of good, adventure animes that are very good storytelling animes and stuff like that. There's a lot of good ones out there, a lot of them. And that's where I always define what's a good anime. To me, is something that's told the right way, that is spoken in the right way, and invites you in a positive way. An anime should never start with a bunch of women overly sexualized standing in front of you with their nanas in front of you, just shaking them to get your attention. To me, a perfect anime is like Your Lie in April. It told the most beautiful lie ever. And I think that one is going to go down in history as probably one of the most curveball animes that you never saw coming. Same with a lot of other ones too that have told a very good story as well, like Clannad, Anohana, The Flower We Saw That Day, Eureka 7. Eureka 7 AO. There's so many. I don't want to sit here and mention them all, but there's so many. But that's, to me, what defines a good anime, is something that's being told to you in a very good, calming, and enjoyable way. Anime never needed all these other things that are just being over the top and absurd to the top. Now, I understand comedy and it being funny where he falls and hurts himself and he's like, yeah, that's great, that's fine. It's comedy. That's what I think a comedy is. Like, if he hurts himself or he just makes a fool out of himself and he gets like milk dropped on him, or even or water or stuff that just happens to him out of nowhere, and then there are some moments that are serious and stuff like that, that's fine. But that's where I draw the line to where I stand on anime and how I view anime in a way. Now, not everyone is going to think the same way I do, but I'm pretty sure the majority of people do. Now, that's the people that I respect and I always will respect, because they see the much bigger picture with anime. Now, I'm not saying to those who do enjoy those things, that's up to you. I'm not God. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to crucify you. That's not me. I'm just a fan talking about something that I'm very passionate about in a positive way, where I feel though anime has always done and created things that have been very incredible, very genuine, and very passionate. That's why I support Kyoto Animations a lot, because they have written and created some of the best animes in the world. And Bones as well has too. So has Madhouse. And so has a lot of other companies. And Epaulex as well. Many, many, many great companies, including Toei Animation, as well as created some dope animes. So a lot of people that I may have forgotten to mention, but there's some that have done and created some great things. That, to me, is what defines a good anime. To me, and everything else that I've mentioned. Now, I'm sorry if I came off as if I was ranting or anything, but I, to me, feel that is what defines good anime. Now, Plastic Memories, why I brought this picture up as well, is another storytelling anime that is very, very beautiful in this sense and how it all came to be. And if you haven't seen this anime, I recommend it 100%. Very great anime. I recommend it. It's because when I introduce someone to something that I want them to check out, I never go watch this and this. It's ridiculous. It's insane. I'm not even going to mention the names because they're just ridiculous. I would never do that. I would recommend them something that I feel that they might come across as good and they might like it and they'll enjoy it. And it's not too much. That's what I would recommend. So I don't ever try to give them the over-the-top stuff or the kinky stuff, because that's not me, and it'll never be me. Anyone who knows my taste in anime knows that I would never recommend that. But again, there are some videos on my channel where I have watched some stuff that had a little bit of kinky stuff or just some stuff, but some of them had a good story behind it where I allowed it to some extent. So that way, I don't want people going, oh, but Ghost, you have stuff on your channel that you've watched that actually was over the top and kinky. Yes, Some stuff are there that I have seen that had some kinky stuff in there in some of the scenes, but the story was overall what drew me to it, or what drew me to it. So that's where I say to that. Some of them have that, but some of them don't. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for making it so long, but I was very passionate about this, and I wanted to make my point across. And so I hope everyone that does understand and wants to discuss this further, leave it in the comments below what you feel about this and how you feel about this. But also slap a like on this video as well if you want to see more discussion videos like this. And also subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you're a fan of anime and Dokkan and any of those great things that I always promote on my channel here, there is a Discord that I would love for you to come and enjoy and invite yourself into. Enjoy a great conversation with us here on my side. And if you want to speak with me about it, that's where my Discord is there for. And also, if you want to mention or talk with me as well on any other social media aspects, you can talk to me on Twitter at ForeverOneGhost or on YouTube on the comments below. But anyway, stay awesome. Keep checking out the anime content. I'll see you next time.